Law in Wisconsin that you may not know about, one that allows everyday people to ask a judge to file criminal charges, even if a district attorney will not.
Tony Robinson's grandmother thinks that law may finally get her grandson some justice, and she's ready to try. Jamie Perez shares what she has in the works.
On March 6th, 2015, at 6:38 in the evening, he died on the steps at 1125 Williamson Street with 7 bullets in him.
Sharon Irwin Henry remembers her grandson's death with precision and just as much pain as the day it happened nearly 6 years ago, the day Officer Matt Kenny took her grandson's life.
18 seconds after he showed up with Brandon, the first guy he shot and killed, he was dead. 2 people in Madison, within 30 seconds of him arriving, were dead. And we allow him to be on the force.
To Irwin Henry, that fact is unacceptable, which led her to petition to get Officer Matt Kenny fired.
He lied. He justified shooting Terrell with disputed facts.
In 2015, Dane County District Attorney Ishmael Ozan decided to not file charges against Kenny.
This tragic and unfortunate death was the result of a lawful use of deadly police force.
Since that decision, new reports show statements Officer Kenny made were not backed up by forensic evidence.
If you lie to justify what you're doing, there is no justification.
Legal documents released in 2016 show Kenny told investigators he initially shot Robinson at the top of the stairs after hearing people arguing. Kenny said Robinson came toward him, he feared for his life, and shot him again. But later, Kenny retracted his statements, and the video that MPD released show Kenny's account of what happened wasn't true. A forensic pathologist wrote, the downward trajectories of the gunshot wounds suggest several possibilities, none of which are consistent with the description provided by Officer Kenny. A forensic scientist also described how Kenny's statements were inconsistent with what they found, leading Irwin Henry to believe that every reason Officer Kenny used to justify the shooting never actually happened.
If we cannot get the help from the city, we are asking for the help of the people. Come with us in this, because all I want you to do is see the truth.
Irwin Henry's efforts are backed by Greg Golumbuk, the founder of Madison's community response team.
His storyline about what happened is false. And the shooting was, it appears clear that the shooting was not justified.
Vice Chair of the Madison Police Civilian Oversight Board, Shady Kilfoy Flores, is open to the suggestion as well.
I do support the case being looked at again. I think some new evidence is now available, and I think that that our community deserves to know the truth.
Irwin Henry says she plans to meet with Ozan one more time to see if he's willing to look at the case again, to fire Matt Kenny for perjury.
I'm not asking you to make a decision based on what I say. I'm asking you to make a decision based on what the evidence says.
According to Wisconsin statute 968.02 subsection 3, Irwin Henry can take it to a judge to decide if there is probable cause to believe Officer Kenny committed an offense. Criminal defense attorney Stephen Hurley said although Irwin Henry has the right to do this, perjury cases can be tough.
What's difficult with perjury cases is that perjury requires you to show that somebody intentionally lied while under oath. Showing somebody else's intent is always a difficult thing to do.
In the family's civil case against the city, Judge James Peterson said Kenny's credibility is questionable and wanted him to stand trial, but that never happened. The family settled for $3 million, and Officer Kenny is still on the force. Irwin Henry is hopeful that through widespread community support and years of investigating the evidence herself, that she can uphold the burden of proof.
We are community, and we got to do this together.
For News 3 Now, I'm Jamie Perez.
Jamie reached out to the Madison Police Department, the Police and Fire Commission, and the city attorney, who all said they would not comment on this matter. The district attorney never responded to our request. MPD does have a code of conduct relating to perjury that states members of the department are required to be truthful. This regulation prohibits perjury, withholding of evidence from a judicial proceeding, false public statements, untruthful statements made within the department, and any other misrepresentations.